Lord of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Beyond sight. Beyond sight.
What up, what up, what up? Another exciting episode of Sight Beyond Sight.
Yes.
I'm here, one of your hosts, Nick Cruz, and we're with Andrew.
You already know we're shocking the system tonight.
Yay, yay. We're going to talk about the NXT Day of Vengeance, or Vengeance Day, rather, pay-per-view that we just saw. So, I guess we're going to go match for match. He's the wrestling expert.
Semi-match for match.
He's the guy that knows it all. So, we're going to start off with the first matchup, which was the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for Women's.
Yes.
Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, versus
this is awesome.
Shotzi Blackheart and Amber Moon.
Yes. Solid match. Honestly, they put it together piece by piece. You could tell the work that they're trying to do for Raquel Gonzalez. They're trying to make her into like a monster, basically a female monster, big character. It's the obvious push, as you've seen if you watch NXT.
Match,
You've seen the matches. You've seen what she did with Rhea Ripley. You see a lot of the shit that it makes sense. Like, she is the powerhouse. Obviously, we're gonna get this is basically my theory of it. Mm-hmm. If you remember HBK with Diesel, that's what Dakota and Raquel is right now.
Okay.
There's the small body that's gonna have the monster that's really the security and everything for the smaller person.
Yeah.
Turning around and basically is going to turn on her sooner or later when they go for single run. But since the stipulation changed, and trust me, I know Smart Marks, that after this match and them winning the match, they got the WWE Women's title match opportunity, which will most likely happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because I don't see it happening on any pay-per-view before that. It's just a solid all-around thing. Let's not forget, as I give them praises, that we have to give Amber Moon and Shotzi praises, who are two amazing wrestlers, two women that I love watch working. Shotzi is straight up one of those women that one day she's gonna get that singles title run. We have to understand that NXT is not just a developmental territory or business, however you want to put it.
Yeah, like a WWE or something like that.
They're their own brand. We as fans, we made them into their own brand. That's why we have an Amber Moon go back and do what she's doing. Like, she went back there to be a part of that brand, to make it better. She could have stood there and been in the
women's
background,
roster.
In the women's roster on WWE and not really,
Had
do
that
much.
push.
Do much. But she's here. And she could work with the younger people. She could be there and be prevalent and matter. And that's one of the things that's good about it. Mm. So you have to just understand that. But like I said, like, if I had to rank the matches, I'm going to give every match a semi-ranking out of let's do 1 out of 10, obviously, like the easier one.
Yeah.
I would say I'll give it like a 7.5. There were a few spots that were a little crazy. I think Raquel needs a little bit more work wrestling skill wise. Like, you could tell she's limited to what she does. Mm-hmm. But, when you're working with Dakota as your teammate, it makes it a little easier because she's very good at what she does. So, solid match all around, little 7.5. I don't really think there was really much more you could look for in that match. Yeah. And just go from there. So,
all right. Before I get to the next match, the only thing is, because I'll speak from a non-watching or non-expert position, I always like Shotzi's entrance with the tank and everything.
Yes.
That's always cool to me. But I agree with what you said. Like, you have the Shotzi Amber Moon, which I think they're great wrestlers from what I've seen. And then you have the Dakota Raquel. And you could tell Dakota's the more of the high flyer, and then Raquel's the big brute. But they really did give her push in this match from what I've seen.
She
because
just looked dominant every chance they gave her. Yeah.
But I think they did a good job as well. I'm not going to give a rating because I'm not an expert. But He's the one with the ratings. So we'll go to the next one with this, which is another Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, but the men.
Oh, he's went right to the next one. This is a good one.
Yeah. So it's MSK versus Grilled Young Veterans.
The young, grizzled, young veterans. If I could do the accent better, I would. They kick your ass. I love both teams. I mean, grizzled young veterans have been one of those teams that through NXT UK to NXT regular, like, you know, in America, like, if you never watched their work, you're out your mind. Like, being a classic wrestling fan and liking good wrestling matches like that. Yeah. You just see what they do, and they do it solid, great fucking performances. MSK, what are the Radicals, if I'm not mistaken, that was their name in Impact. If I'm wrong, sue me. But you know what? They were a team that I never really watched. Like, I'll honestly say, as a wrestling fan, NXT, TNA Impact, I rarely watched. It's hard because it was on Access, and I know now I can watch it on Twitch. But the way they shoot their shit is kind of different because they're not doing really fans. They're not doing fake sounds. So it's hard for me to get into it right now. Yeah. But when it goes down to the Radicals and seeing the two guys work, I can't really remember their names. God forbid me. It's slipping my mind. I'm just speaking off of a person who's not a diehard of them. So the diehards out there, understand, like, yo, I'm not trying to disrespect it. I'm just trying to give them their praise. Yeah. Where honestly, that tag team has taken me to, like, they grabbed me from the first time they debuted on NXT. Yeah. They're just amazing. The spots that they do, the work, like, they don't overdo spots. They're not Young Buckish. They're not AEW-ish, where they just, we got to do flips and we have to land outside the ring. We have to do a super kick. They know how to put the story together. They put this story together great hot tags when they needed it. Yeah. It was one of those where you could get emotionally invested in a certain aspect. Like, you know that it's two young guys who are trying to come up and they just debuted. Yeah. And then it's the young grizzled veterans who we've watched for the last 3 years be in this company, and they haven't really gotten over. Yeah. And I'm not saying in the aspect of over with the fans. I'm saying over within the company. The winning. Like, winning. Like, they haven't won the titles. They haven't won the big matches. Like, yes, they lost this match. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with losing this match. Yeah. Sometimes you lose, but you got over from losing because of how great the match was. See, I think that's what makes you a good wrestler, because even Undertaker said it in his documentary that he always pushed. Yes. He was never like taken from anybody. He was always pushed. And from what you're saying and watching the match, it's like you could tell that these young guys are so happy to, like, they're doing work. They're doing a great job. Yeah. And then you have, you know, I'm not going to call them veterans yet, but at the same time, they're like, you could tell that they've been there longer, and they're helping them out and giving them that push and letting them win, in a sense. They're willing to do the job. Like, they're doing the job for the kids that are coming here. And if anybody who watches WWE, the NXT, you know, like, and I will say, like, yeah, WWE NXT is a weak tag team divisions on all aspects, from men to women. It is not as great as it could be from the times of growing up watching APA, you know, Dudley's and Edge and Christian and Hardy's and so on. And those are just saying the legends. Yeah. Honestly. So, to watch them give the kids, like, because they don't need it. They didn't need to win that. Like, that doesn't matter for them. Like, to watch MKS win, you know, is going to go into Oney Lorcan and, I can't remember his name right now, his partner's name. That title match is going to happen soon. And you let these kids work with them. Like, these are young guys that are established in the indie / other company work. And we know this as wrestling fans, as the IWC fans, like internet wrestling fans, community knows. Like, we know who these people are. Like, some of us know them better than others. But you know what? We know what they could do, in Triple H and everybody, they know that. Yeah. So, let's not slow them down, because that's where a lot of heat goes to WWE, and any type of product is like, you don't give that person their push. But you know what? When you watch them on NXT, they get their opportunities and they get their push.
Yeah.
And these kids are doing great. I love when they do. I love the finisher that is like it starts off looking like the heart attack and it goes into a blockbuster.
Yeah.
I think when homeboy does a shooting star press and he gets pushed to like land on the guy is amazing. Like the whole team is just dope. Like I think it was a solid match. I think it was like this whole card was amazing to me. So don't be surprised if every match I say is solid because I enjoyed the hell out this match. It was a great 5 to 6 card match for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was
and
quick.
if you didn't enjoy it, like then you're out your mind. Like you need Spot Fest, and I'm not a Spot Fest person, you know.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, like I thought it was great. If I had to judge it, I would give it an 8.
8?
Okay. I won't even go like because it's like what was it? No, that's an 8 because they had the little things, but there's certain screws you could tighten up. Like I look for certain selling. There was a little bit of non-selling in it, and it just happens. But it was a good, solid match.
Yeah, I agree with you there because again, I felt like this whole pay-per-view was just good wrestling, good spots.
It's not over the top. It's not them flipping. Listen, you don't have to always be outside the fucking ring to do a match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to super kick every 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, super shit like that.
That's a shot out of AEW, just to let everybody know.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear those shots because listen, I'm dying to do the look. I talk wrestling, so I'm gonna talk a lot. Like the Revolution pay-per-view, it happens March 4th. Yes, March 4th. I will be talking, maybe with Nick, maybe by myself, but I'm going to be here and we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to put a platform out there for AEW fans off of Twitter. Follow us site beyond site without the T at the end because characteristics.
Stupid ass Twitter.
We're gonna talk this because one thing I really want to talk is the Sting match. But now let's go to the next match because this is NXT's night.
Yeah. So I thought it was we went from tag team to tag team, so I just go to the other matches, even though this is not really in order. The Johnny Gargano versus Koshida. Okay, I just want to say it right because I know I'm gonna get slammed if this shit comes out. We're like, this guy doesn't know shit.
Hey, he'll learn how to speak and say certain words. But since I watch it, trust me, I'm more dyslexic than him. I just haven't memorized in my head.
But no, okay, so we'll talk about that match. And the only thing I want to say is this, because like coming from not a super fan. You know me, like you know the characters I like. I like the gimmicky like entrance. I look for everything. That's why with the girl, what's her name, Shotzi, I like how she came out with the thing. I thought that was very unique.
She has a certain type of gimmick to her image, yeah.
But you said that Johnny sometimes he'll come out in like a Wolverine costume.
Johnny wrestling around his time, and I'll just give a quick background for my friend here. We call him Johnny Wrestling because he's a great wrestler. 2, he's called Johnny Takeover because Johnny always sells on these takeovers. The man's matches are freaking amazing. And I'll start it off here saying, yes, this match is almost a 10. It's 9.5, 9. You know, you want to nitpick, it was freaking amazing. Because it's solid all the way through from in and outside the ring to technicalities to everything that they did. To answer your question, yes, has done when they did I think it was NXT Brooklyn maybe. Yeah. Or it was one of the NXTs that they did. Like he's done a couple of NXTs basically. He's had when he was a face that he had a Wolverine outfit. I think he had an Iron Man one at a time. He's done certain things, but this is around the time of the MCU shit. Yeah. So he really knows that, and he's a nerd for it. Yeah. But that's his good guy side. This one I was looking for a little bit of that in his gear. But I couldn't really put together. If anybody knows, please let me know. Yeah. If you know why he was wearing the colors that he's wearing.
It looks very
But
I'm not gonna get into comic books, that's all right.
Yeah.
And then you said the other guy, the what's
Koshida, who is I'm gonna say New Japan wrestling guy I'm pretty sure he came from New Japan. And we're gonna talk New Japan once I figure out how the hell to watch it on Fridays. Yeah. Basically he had, a little bit of a Back to the Future-ish gimmick, simple shit.
You can tell with the shoes, like you said.
Yeah, the Marty McFly shoes. But Koshida was always a solid wrestler. Like as you saw when you watch this match, they put on a good thing. I had people I talked to on Twitter because yes, I like to talk wrestling on Twitter, so you can follow me and we can talk about this. Koshida this is the bad rub of WWE. Honestly, I'll be honest. He's the person who he can't speak English on the mic. Let's be honest.
Okay.
He can't do certain things, but once that guy goes in the
That's
ring,
not a racist comment, by the way.
yeah,
people.
it's just him. Him in the ring tells his story and tells everything, and that's not a lot of wrestlers could do that. But going for a guy who doesn't really cut promos and really do a lot of things like that, to have fans of me to anybody go watch him work and be like, yo, the guy deserves to win.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people were mad that he should have won. They wanted, Johnny to lose, and I understand that. I don't disagree at all, but I'm just going off of the business and knowing how WWE works as their business. They would have put the title on him, and it would have been boring.
Yeah.
Where we need the title on Johnny, and we already have the story right now where, we're going to get Dexter Lumis versus Johnny Gargano soon.
Yeah.
And Dexter Lumis is one of I call him my favorite creepy wrestler because the guy creeps me the fuck out. Like, he doesn't blink. He does that fucking snake crawl. That's weird. Like, he was sniffing freaking Austin Theory's hair 2 weeks ago. Fucking creepy, but I love it. Like, the guy is fucking awesome.
That's
and
why I
he can
love
work.
gimmicks. I love the creepy gimmick shit. Nah,
Like,
yeah. So you said that you give this what?
I give it
9?
a easily a 9.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, because I agree with that. Like, again, that's another thing with me is they did do a couple of high flyings, but it wasn't super kicky.
They didn't
It was very
overdo
technical,
everything.
Yeah.
And you didn't have them not selling
Yes.
to keep doing a super kick and to do a hit and hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually told a story. Like, Gargano's shoulder was getting beat up on, and that's what Koshida was going for. With the guy did a freaking Spanish fly off the top rope into an armbar.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, that's a spot, and that's amazing at the same time because it told the story,
Yeah. So we'll get into the next match, which was the NXT Women's Championship triple threat match. We had Toni Storm.
My love. I love Tony. Yes, I do love Tony.
What's her other name? The Ten Shiri?
No, it's wow, Ito Shirai.
Okay. Wow, sorry. And Mercedes Martinez.
Yes.
And get into it.
This is a harder match. Like, I'm a little disappointed on how long it went.
Okay.
I felt like it was cut short. I understand why when you see the main event when we get to that. Whereas I'm gonna have a lot more fun talking about that shit. Solid match. Toni Storm carried it, in my opinion. Toni Storm should have won the title. I wanted her to win the title, so that's a mixture of both emotions.
How I liked Naomi from the last episode of wrestling. He's Toni Storm.
Yeah, in a way. Like, yeah, she should have definitely won the title. I think Mercedes Martinez, I like her, but I want to see her do singles work.
Okay.
It's safer to work with two other women because it can hide your weaknesses in certain aspects. Like, if you get blown up and you don't have any more stamina or you can't do a certain thing,
you go to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to completely work with her. And I don't think that's a Mercedes Martinez aspect. I'm just saying in general. Like, I'd never really watched her work like that.
Yeah.
So she was just there, but it's the Ito Shirai. She climbed I don't even know what the hell they call that thing, where they were outside the ring where the lights are. Like, she climbed up that thing.
Let's say tower.
The tower, yeah, she climbed up that tower shit and jumped off, and it was cool. I think the funniest shit about it was like when Toni Storm tried to break the table to like do the spot to put the person through a table, and they like fell apart. That was freaking like funny as hell because you could even tell her like she was just like fuck, like how did this happen? But I really feel like it was just honestly it was really good match. I give it a 7. Because it was short and it didn't really tell too much. I think Shirai is basically getting built to fight Xia Li.
Yeah. Who
her gimmick right now is very interesting and we have to see where it's going. But if you put a Shirai versus Xia Li at the next takeover, it will make sense and they both are great wrestlers. Like they do that for NXT with at least the women. They don't mind it. Like they don't in NXT. Like, hey, if you can't speak English, it don't matter. Your work matters. That's really it.
I feel like people are gonna think that you're sexist because you gave 2 of the women's champions
Like a
a
7.
7. Yeah, I think,
You know what? And I love the women's wrestlers. That's the funny thing.
yeah.
But I don't want to give it like. But this one gets me more mad because it was a 7 off the fact that it didn't last that long. It was a good match, really good match.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to be 20 minutes.
But
I wanted it to be 25 at least.
Do you think that they did it because
They
of the
did
next
it
match we're
because
about
of
to
the
talk
next
about?
match. Yes, they did.
So we'll get into the main event, the NXT Championship. And, of course, Finn Balor, one of my favorites when he's the demon. And Pete Dunne, who is another good technical wrestler. Now, what is your opinions on that match?
A drink.
Oh, shit. He was about to ruin my
quick.
shit.
All right. How we start talking technical wrestling? Actual technical freaking wrestling. Where they were doing things that hurt to the point where Finn sold it at the end.
Yes.
That's how I started off like that. Yeah, the guy had arthritis fingers that I have from freaking being on Twitter. I thought it was amazing. Honestly, it's a 10 to me. Everything that happened to it was a 10. The technicality of it, how every move, like Finn would try to hit his submissions. Pete Dunne would do the finger shit, breaking it, ripping it apart, sawing things. Not a lot of false finishes. I get the false finishes, but hey, we got what, 3 false finishes, maybe 2 false finishes. Honestly, out of it was amazing. Another thing I guess you're gonna say is a jab at AEW. Guess what? They put on a 10-star for me. Dave Mazur, whatever the fuck, however you say his name, that freaking goofball. His 5-star rating. If he don't 5-star rate that, then he doesn't understand anything and he's out of touch.
Shots
All right?
fired. I wish I had the gunshot.
He's
thing
out of
right there.
touch.
Bang, bang.
Because that match didn't have to go outside the ring, and I look
At all.
at social media and people love it.
Yep.
They are loving that match, and they didn't do one dive outside the ring.
Not a 1.
Omega, do your Terminator claps. Omega, do your fucking flips.
Shots
do
fired
your stupid,
again.
ugly ass faces.
Oh, we're coming at you, AEW.
Honestly, because that's what a real champion does. A champion was able to wrestle in that ring, do technical moves, do submission moves, hit his spots, hit his things that he had to do,
Yeah.
and he found a way to win, and he sold shit. He actually sold things in that match.
Yeah.
Honestly, to the end of the bell.
Yep.
I don't even see that in AEW.
That's a fact. I got to give him that because when watching that match to me was crazy. It's not, and like you said, technical, and they didn't even step out of the ring. The technical where they have something in like a lock and then they just do some weird flip to get out of it or get back into it.
It's wow, it's all Texas sure I can't even say. JR says it better than me. I'm not gonna even say it, but it's classic wrestling. It's chain wrestling.
Yeah.
If you want me, I'll give you my turn. Chain wrestling, which I love wrestling from being a person who was an amateur wrestler.
Yeah.
That's how you wrestle. You on that ground, you move spot from spot. Oh, I'm going to hit you with this. I'm going to hit you with that. That's what Pete Dunne is great for. That's why we love the Kyle O'Reilly match with Finn Balor, because these guys were good close combat chain wrestling wrestlers. It's not about selling a super kick. It's not about selling how I'm going to do 34 flips. It doesn't happen that way. You could tell a story by just beating up on a person. And yes, they were throwing potatoes and they were stiff.
Yeah.
Very stiff. We watched Pete Dunne legit step on Finn's hands.
Oh, a couple of times. I was hurting. And I'm double jointed and that shit hurt me.
And I just want to give a shout out to Pete Dunne. I remember Pete Dunne when he was a little bit bigger boy and people give him ish like, Jim Cornette, who I am a fan of. So yeah, your marks that know that Jim Cornette talks shit about AEW. Yeah, I'm a Jim Cornette fan. I think he looks in amazing shape, and he looks even better, more believable as a worker, being where he is. Whatchamacallit? I think that Finn,
Yeah.
him coming back, and this is going back to the Amber Moon logic that I was saying, where it was like a person going back and working with people. Yes, I get it. Some people want him to lose. He shouldn't be the champion, but shit happens with Karrion Kross. Kross is gonna come and take it. It's only TikTok. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's a match that's gonna be freaking amazing as well. But Finn going back to NXT, not only does it give it so much star power, it gave it somebody who was I'd say a full-blown like wrestler, a guy who could do everything. Like he'll give you those high-flying matches. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and not say he doesn't do it. Yeah. But at the same time, he just literally gave us 3 matches back to back that he literally did not walk outside to ring to put on a story, and people loved it. So we have to give him his flowers. I'm gonna give that man his flowers. Like, the guy is amazing in that ring. Like, he was never forget, he was the first ever Universal Champion, and injury is the reason why we never got to see the progression of that.
Yeah, and that was the saddest thing to me.
Yes,
because you honestly put me back on to wrestling from Finn Balor being the Demon, because knowing what characters I like. But I also think that his entrance song, and then when he's a demon, he's doing that crawling.
Oh yeah, when he comes in
and
with
the smoke and all that. Again, I'm into gimmick shit. So when we do eventually our wrestling tournament, you're gonna see the characters I like.
Oh
so my whole point is this: like, he is not even being the demon, whatever, but like in this match, so technical, so good. And again, they had the stiff stuff. We were talking about the elbows and the ribs, the stomping on the hands, and it wasn't fake stomping, people. He actually legitimately stepped on the guy's hands and left them there, like his hands were still there, and then he jumped on one again. So to me, like this whole match to me, and again, like you said, didn't go out the ring. There's no super high flying stuff. There's not like, oh, let's do this or do that.
They beat the hell out of each other.
They really beat the crap out of each other.
And that's classic shit. Like, listen, if you like Walter versus holy shit, how the hell you say his name?
Say it, man. These are for the fans. Come on.
Ah, wow. It starts with a D.
Walter D. Wrestling.
No, not Walter. It's oh man, what the hell's his name?
I'm gonna try to get it for
You're not gonna be able to pronounce his name.
I know, but maybe I could show you it. Walter.
It's shit.
And then he's in the NXT.
NXT UK.
God damn it. Go ahead,
but basically,
say something.
Yeah, because I was like, I drew up for a minute. Basically, because I really want to remember his name, because like I watched him fight Finn, and that was a great match. When you watch that match, that's one of the things. Like, and this is the UK and Japanese. Like, we notice. Like, I'll say, like, I'm a New Japan fan. I like New Japan, especially watching the Japanese guys work. There's a stiffness, there's a realness, and it's like they said with Nakamura, the strong style.
Yeah.
That is something that I love, because they're laying in those chops. They're laying in every hit that they could do. Like, people like a Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
If you listen to stories, like, everybody tell you Scott Steiner works stiff. But Scott Steiner, if he likes you, he works stiff, but he works. You can work stiff and work safe. That's the best way to put it. So you could forearm. No.
Oh, the giant guy?
That's literally Pete Dunne, but fat.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. That's
Walter.
Yeah, that's Walter you're talking about.
Yeah, that's Walter.
Okay. So he's just Walter. Like, I looked up Walter D, and I guess his name is just Walter. But he's a giant UK. He looks like if you would have met him at a bar,
he would kill you.
Yeah. Like, don't go to a soccer game with him.
Yeah.
In UK.
But basically, like, truthfully, this match was everything that I wanted. Like, listen, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do podcasts, and now we're gonna talk real quick.
Or about a future?
Yeah.
A future of podcasting.
The futures of everything. Like, I'll just be real. Like, because honestly, I don't really have much to say. Actually, no, wait, I'm not done. Hold on.
Oh,
My
go
fault.
ahead.
Wait,
go
wait,
ahead.
wait,
Go
wait.
ahead.
I just
go
remembered because I got a little off track. Let's get to the end. One
ahead.
great ending of the match, all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we
almost
get
skipped
the
that.
shocking part. And this is why I said we shocked the system here. Because I was completely shocked. When they come out, Oney Lorcan and his partner come out to beat up on Finn Balor. I already knew. You know, everybody knew. If anybody who's been watching NXT knew, Undisputed Era is coming out. It's been part of the story.
Yeah.
But then we get the shock. I was on Twitter. I'm talking to people. Finn's going to throw it up. He's about to be part of Undisputed. We're about to have a better version of the Bullet Club from the other side with those people. And Adam Cole does what Adam Cole does. Bay. Super kick the shit out of Finn. So unexpected. But then the ultimate unexpectedness is Kyle O'Reilly, which now I can't wait to see Kyle O'Reilly versus fucking Adam Cole, because that's going to be a crazy match. He super kicked his mans and walked away from Undisputed Era. I was telling people, told him Adam Cole might come out and he might help Finn or he might challenge Finn. No, he came out and made a statement.
Yeah.
I never got my rematch. I watched one of my teammates, a friend of mine's, one of my best friends, have 2 opportunities and blew it, and everybody forgot about me. They forgot about one of the longest reigning NXT champions ever. Somebody who was carrying this show for 2 years. Easy. Everybody was screaming, "Bay," throwing it up. You wanted to wear that yellow and black. You want to. Now Cole's coming back, and you know what? We're about to see some ish.
Yeah.
Because Finn deserves to lose that belt to Cole more than probably Karrion, because Karrion Kross hasn't been there that long.
Yeah.
Finn could carry this business. Finn is a face. Finn is the new version of Shawn Michaels besides AJ Styles, in my opinion.
Yeah. So do you think they're setting up for like a tag team match? Because the other guy, like, he super kicked the one guy, and then the other guy didn't really do anything to either. Like, he didn't help him.
Roderick Strong wouldn't, because Roderick Strong, well, I put on the NXT where Roderick Strong ends up turning to Undisputed Era a couple of days ago when I was hanging out with Nick. But, you know, like you say, he's not a diehard. He doesn't watch it like that. So he doesn't know that shit.
Go F yourself if you're going to come at me because of that. We're doing all different podcasts here.
Yeah,
right?
we're touching everything. He's going to have his shit soon. But we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. I don't see that. I see Roderick trying to be the peacekeeper and putting it together.
Okay.
And I could see within the
he's going to get a super
storyline,
kick?
he might not get a super kick, but I think it's going to be Adam Cole fully turning on Kyle O'Reilly at a certain point. And then we're going to get, most likely, probably a triple threat match.
Okay.
And this will be depending on, and I'll be honest, NXT shoots back with, depending on what AEW does. So they might give us a triple threat match on a Wednesday night of those 3.
Yeah.
And watch half-hour fucking match of those guys and the title thing, and then build up from there. It could be, there's a lot of options that are put there. You literally put 3 guys now in the main event point, and you still have Elijah Drake. Yes, I'm going to throw him out there because I don't really want to talk about him too much right now. It was cool to see him there, but he's another main event guy that's right now there that they could pull. NXT has main event people. NXT doesn't have to be the indie Japanese darlings that other show is. That's what that other show does. They do it for them. NXT is doing it for the actual pure wrestling fans.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's not gimmicky. Hey, we didn't sing a freaking Show 2 song on our show.
Shots fired
to
again.
Put it over.
AEW.
And everybody loved that, which is stupid. But basically, I see Adam Cole getting at least a one-on-one match to a triple threat, or it's going to be a Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross, then Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole on a card.
Yeah.
And then winners of whatever is going to end up facing each other, which is a very rare thing, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but he turned and he hit, Finn. Why would they take him away from that rivalry? Because the same reason why Adam Cole never got the Finn Balor rematch.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the story that we really are focusing on is not Cole hitting Finn. That's not the shock. The shock is Cole hitting Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
If you don't get that, then you're freaking out your mind.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest shock to me. That's the biggest shot to everybody. Like, people are calling Adam Cole a bastard for doing this because we all loved Undisputed Era. They were actually a good stable. They're not throwing up the middle finger in a little circle trying to be cool. Another shot fired.
Yeah.
Fucking, I could shoot at that show all day.
We're gonna have to make a podcast why AEW sucks.
Yeah.
Just
Like, oh, we do middle fingers in a circle. That's us saying, like, yeah, like, it's so stupid. Like, anything to try to be anti-PG or whatever is so annoying.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah, truthfully, Adam Cole is at that level. Like, he is their Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, we could fight it.
Yeah.
I will fight you all day. Everybody know Adam Cole went from Ring of Honor and New Japan, and he was kind of like a B-level character. And once he hit NXT, they put him over to the moon because he worked with Shawn.
Yeah.
And you could tell the work, and you could tell how he does, because even his promos are amazing now.
Okay.
So,
yeah, he built up and throughout the
yeah,
years.
he built up he did build up everything. If you really want me to break it down real quick, like,
Go ahead.
and I'll tell you, he did break it down. Like, basically, he went through everything. He went mid-card title. He wasn't winning. Like, a part of his storyline at a point in time before he won the NXT title and became the longest reigning at that time champion was him not being able to win the big match. And it was him and Johnny Gargano, because Johnny Gargano finally won the title.
Yeah.
And they had a 2 out of 3 falls match that was amazing. They had I forgot what the hell they called that cage match, where they had weapons on the top. It was awesome. Cole put in work to become the champion, to be a long reigning champion.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that. Like, listen, like, Adam Cole did Matt Riddle, Cole New Year's 2019. And that was the debut of AEW. Everybody knew that was the best opening match of that night on either show. It was 20 minutes, and it was anybody who steps in that ring with Adam Cole, you're gonna have a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sound like a crazy fan, but
yeah, because he sells. Like,
he's good at what he does.
I think a lot of people that don't like wrestling, well, again, me not being a super fan, but it's the same thing. Like, I can sit there and watch it and enjoy myself. It's all about selling, really.
You got to make shit look real. Like, listen,
Yeah.
as a fan of wrestling and somebody who, you know what, you young kids that don't understand this, yeah, we did grow up with the Attitude Era. We did grow up with a point in time where wrestling became super big in pop culture.
Yeah.
But there's still many people that look down on us for loving this and look at us like we're stupid.
That's right.
I understand that. They look at us like we're stupid. Like, why would you like this? It's not real. It's all set up. It's fake. Oh, it's guys in tights and
Then
wrestling.
again, you like your scripted reality.
Yes,
Go
you
ahead.
watch Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
You watch fucking Real World.
Shots fired. Shots
like,
fired
you know,
again.
like, you watch
You
fucking
need those
Judge.
goddamn sound
You
bars.
Judge Mathis and think everything on there is real.
Yep.
You know, shit like that. Like Jerry Jones and Jerry Springer and Maury.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I was just mixing mad people. I could go all day before the fake shows that y'all
No,
people
but
like.
it's a fact though. Like, that's the thing that we. I know we're getting off topic here, but it's just a thing that I think this is why we like certain things.
It's just my passion to go
Yeah.
into it, to go into the announcement that's coming up.
Yeah.
But I would, right before I'll give the announcement so we can wrap this up. Basically, the gist of what I was trying to say about what I was just saying is, you know why a person like Jim Cornette, a person like me, anybody who grew up really loving this business and understanding this business hates a lot of you young millennials and you indie darling fans, is because you don't understand that, yo, when I want to show this match to a friend like Nick, a person that anybody who's not a diehard wrestling fan that watches wrestling, they're going to look at it and be like, oh, that looks stupid. Why would that? And instead of showing a match where it's like, oh, that looked like that actually hurt him. He's moving like he actually hurts. We watch action movies to watch semi-realism of something.
Yeah.
And that's what we get from wrestling as well. We want semi-realism. I want you to put that move that looked fucking cool. Make me believe that it hurts you. You get knee chopped. You should not, I don't care what anybody says, be able to walk normally. Kenny Omega, you drop kicked Lance Archer. I'm sorry, I'm going rampage right now. Lance Archer last week in the leg, and the nigga was walking fine the rest of the match. Fine, nothing. Nothing. You don't try to sell nothing. Y'all don't care.
And fuck it. I know you're saying that you're going on a rampage, but we could just bring it back on to what happened with Finn Balor and Gunn. What the Gunn said that, like, looked at some part of the match, it messed up his knee. Throughout the whole match, Finn was going at his knee, just like when he was doing the finger stomps and then trying to do a shoulder thing. They made it work, and they made it realistic. I know for people that are watching it that are not fans, it's kind of like, but it's fake. But it's like, yeah, but they're selling it. It's entertainment. It's not made to be real. In a real situation, do you think, like, look at real actual wrestling. No one's coming out in gimmicks and this is my name.
No one's going to jump on you and kick you in the face.
Yeah, like, stop it. This is entertainment. It's just for
entertainment, but
fun,
listen,
man.
when you watch Fast and the Furious, like a movie I'll say that make fucking millions of dollars, and you see Vin Diesel jumping through walls and jumping out of cars.
Yeah.
Are you walking out the movie theater?
Like,
are you walking out the movie theater?
Yeah, to be like, oh, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
And his white shirt stay clean.
Like the perfections of all that shit in that movie.
My shirt can't even stay clean. I'm just walking out my house.
All I ask for as a wrestling fan is somebody to, like, yo, when you put somebody in a sleeper hold, go to sleep.
Yeah.
When you hit a joint, a body manipulations, anything, sell it. Finn Balor Finn Balor got arthritis right now.
Yeah.
Like at the end of his match, the guy looks like he's never gonna play video games ever again. And I know he likes Legos, so he's never gonna put Legos together again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's what he's selling, and it's great. Like, that's what makes it. Like, I could watch this with my girlfriend and be like, "Look, like, you know, you seen that part that it looks like it really hurt." Look at his hands. He's not able to move his hands the right way.
Yeah.
His body hurts. And she's going, oh, like, I could lie to her and make her believe it.
Real.
Yeah. You got to have fun with it. Come on, people. Don't have me with the cartoon guys who do 34 flips. Somebody flips over a group of guys and then lands on his feet and goes, ah, and everybody falls behind him like a fucking fake explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Young Bucks suck. Nick, Young Buck, whatever the fuck you are. I forgot your last
name. I thought that was a shot at me for a second.
Nah, but that's his name. Nick Buck or whatever the fuck his name is. I already had an altercation with you on Twitter. My guy, you suck. You're a fake Hardys. You're a fake Rockers. You want to be Midnight Express. You want to be what tag team is, and you never will be. Because you guys don't know how to sell a match. If it wasn't for FTR, that match would have been shit. All right?
Shots fired.
But I'm going to stop being aggressive, and I'm going to just go right into my shit, where we're going to say we are going to start having more podcasts. Me, Dolo, my boy Dolo, and at the same time as a team. And we're going to talk multiple shit. I'm going to be here tomorrow night talking Monday Night Raw. And I know the hatred for Raw, so we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And I want you to interact with me on Twitter. I'm going to give y'all a number to hit me up. Shit, I might do phone calls. We're going to have some fun with it.
Hell yeah.
We're going to do Twitter. Impact, I'm going to try to squeeze it in. But I do have a life, and I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
NXT, yes. AEW, yes. SmackDown, again, I'm a normal person. It's a Friday night. I love Roman Reigns' character. I love how everything is going. But I would have to do that review on a Saturday.
Yes.
Because I want to have some fun. If you don't know what that means, then obviously you never had it.
But I'll go off of just like you said, just so everyone knows, you're going to be doing more of the wrestling stuff on the Dolo.
Gaming as well.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing more of the comic books and probably movies and TV shows that he don't watch because I watch random crap sometimes. And, you know, either one of us might have some guests on, or we might have each other on, but every week we're still going to be doing the same podcast where we're together and we're doing WandaVision or Falcon or whatever the hell else. Even pay-per-views with wrestling we're going to be doing together.
You gotta understand, this is
we're just trying to spread the content.
We're almost 3 to 2 months in.
Yeah.
We're just starting. We're not even where a lot of people are. So
not at all.
Like I said from the last time, you want perfection, you want this.
Pay us.
That, third, fuck you,
pay me.
Because that's how I feel.
Damn, we should have ended it on that. Fuck you, pay me. And
Because
no.
that's how it works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but we out here, we trying.
Yeah. So
So ride with us.
Ride
Have fun.
with us.
Talk shit to me. I don't. Like, you see the Twitter wrestling world? I will interact and I will come back at you aggressive. I'll come at you semi-peaceful and tell you shit out. Yo, don't talk to me like that. You just talking wrestling. There's shit that will happen if we're in the streets. But
that's
let's
a
go.
fact. So anyway, we're gonna cut this off because it was another good episode.
Yeah, fun.
And you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can probably find us on much more things that we probably don't know about. But follow us on all that, especially YouTube. And let's get our likes and subscribes and comments up. Let's go. Like, talk to us. We wanna hear your what you think, what we said, or what you think in general.
Yo, just get the real reactions. Like I said, like at the end of the day, trust me, this podcast, I'm gonna let interaction. I don't know how, depending on how he wants to do it, but I'm definitely gonna try to work on the podcast to have us talk wrestling for the wrestling community.
There you go.
So we can have crazy conversations and have fun and not all hate, all love, and just keep it moving.
There you go. Well, again, like, subscribe, share, and have a good one. Peace.